I think our preparation started really a long time ago. About 3 years ago, we really began our transformation in looking at the standards the NCQA wanted to be met, and we began to apply that into our practice. And I think that we started, the two areas that we really focused on initially were on our team-based care and redefining of roles, particularly for our medical assistants and nursing staff, and also in impaneling our patients, since those two things seem to be the real foundation on which everything else is built for the NCQA application. We were so early in the process when, I printed out the application and I said, well, this is what they require. I mean, we were so early, there was so much work for us to do that it was really hard at that point to see how we were going to get to the final application process. For me, my first task was really to understand what those standards actually meant and where we were falling short. And for me, it was, a matter of putting all the standards on a couple big sheets. I mean, we've been involved at Bowdoin Street also in using Lean as a tool to help us with some of our quality improvement and our transformation activities as well. But having all of the standards and lost my train here. But having all of the standards and all the requirements to meet the standards listed on the same page helps me get myself organized. I mean, when you look at the application, there are a lot of different things, but if you start to put the standards out on one or two sheets, I was able to better see where we needed to work on things and what we already had done. So that was my first strategy, was really understanding what was being required. And then I went standard by standard and substandard by substandard to begin to formulate how we were going to put that information together. And that happened over a longer period of time. I mean, some of the things that we had to do, I had to engage people at the hospital to help. As you know, the application focuses very heavily on the electronic medical record and also on the preparation of data. And I really had to seek out assistance and support from the medical center around the data collection. I mean, we can do some data collection here, but we can't extract information directly from the medical record ourselves. We can't do the crunching of information from our registration system. We have to go to people at the hospital. So I had to look at areas where I really needed support from other places and to begin to pull together a request for all of the data that I was going to need. And it didn't have to happen overnight, but over a period of time, I was able to get that information.